The diner was quiet that evening, the kind of quiet that feels heavier than silence. Rain tapped softly against the window, streaking the glass with restless lines, as if the sky itself couldn't hold back its emotions. Inside, the warm glow of hanging lamps created a small pocket of comfort against the cold world outside. At the far end of the diner, a man sat alone in a booth, shoulders slightly hunched, staring into a bowl of soup that had long since stopped steaming. His name was Michael, a single father who had learned the hard way how loud loneliness can be. Life hadn't gone the way he once imagined. A few years ago, he had a family, laughter filling his home, a partner who shared his burdens. But now, it was just him and his 6-year-old daughter, Sophia. Every day was a battle, balancing work, parenting, and the quiet ache of everything he had lost. Tonight, he had left Sophia with a neighbor so he could clear his mind. But even here, in this small diner, the weight followed him. Michael lifted his spoon, but before he could take a bite, he felt a small presence beside him. He turned his head and saw a little boy standing near his table. He couldn't have been more than 6 or 7 years old. His sandy hair was slightly messy, and he clutched a worn teddy bear tightly against his chest. His eyes were glossy, as if he had been fighting back tears for a long time. He hesitated, then leaned in just enough so his voice wouldn't carry across the room. "Mom says we can't afford food today," he whispered. Michael didn't respond, not because he didn't hear him, but because he did, and those words hit something deep inside him. He saw Sophia in him, those same innocent eyes, that same fragile hope children carry even when the world starts to let them down. Michael slowly set his spoon down. "What's your name?" he asked gently. "Caleb," he replied, his voice barely above a breath. Michael glanced around and noticed a woman standing near the counter, trying to look busy, but clearly watching them. She looked exhausted, her face pale, her hand covering her mouth as if she were holding back something. Shame, fear, maybe both. Michael understood that look. He had seen it in the mirror more times than he could count. "Sit down, Caleb," he said softly, sliding slightly to make space in the booth. He hesitated again, glancing back at his mother, who gave the smallest nod, almost reluctant, almost defeated. Caleb climbed into the seat, still clutching his teddy bear. The waitress approached, her expression already softening as she sensed what was happening. Michael didn't make a big scene. He didn't ask for attention. He simply ordered another bowl of soup, a sandwich, and a warm drink. "For both of us," he added. Caleb's eyes widened slightly, not with excitement but disbelief, as if kindness was something he wasn't used to receiving. As they waited, Michael asked him simple questions about school, his favorite color, his teddy bear's name. Slowly, his voice grew a little stronger. He told Michael his teddy bear was named Mr. Buttons, and that his favorite color was yellow, because it felt like sunshine even when it rains. Michael smiled for the first time that evening, a small but genuine smile. It had been a while since he'd felt something like that. When the food arrived, Caleb didn't immediately reach for it. He looked at Michael first, as if asking for permission. Michael nodded. "Go ahead," he said gently. That's when Caleb took his first bite, careful and slow, like he was trying to make it last forever. Michael noticed the way he ate. Not rushed, not greedy, just grateful. And something about that broke him a little inside. After a few minutes, Michael stood up and walked toward the woman at the counter. "You don't have to worry about the bill," he said quietly. The woman looked at him, her eyes filling with tears. She could no longer hide it. "I didn't know what else to do," she whispered. "I told him we'd just go home, but he was so hungry." Michael nodded. "You're doing your best," he replied. "Sometimes that's all anyone can do." He paid for the meal, but something inside him told him it wasn't enough. Before leaving, he handed the waitress a folded note. "Give this to them after I go," he said. Then he returned to the booth, gave Caleb a gentle smile and said, "Take care of Mr. Buttons." "Okay." Caleb nodded, his mouth full, but his eyes shining with something new. Hope. Michael stepped out into the rain, pulling his jacket tighter around him. For the first time in a long while, the weight on his chest felt a little lighter. Back inside, the waitress approached the table and handed the note to Caleb's mother. With trembling hands, she opened it. Inside was a simple message: "No child should ever feel hungry. This is just a small start." Along with it was some cash, enough to cover meals for several days. The woman broke down completely, tears falling freely now. She pulled Caleb close, holding him tightly, and Caleb, still holding Mr. Buttons, whispered, "Mom, he's nice." That night, 3 lives changed in ways none of them fully understood yet. Michael went home and hugged his daughter a little tighter. Caleb went to sleep with a full stomach and a lighter heart, and his mother found a small piece of strength she thought she had lost. Sometimes it doesn't take much to change someone's world. Not grand gestures, not perfect solutions, just one moment of kindness at the right time. And if this story touched your heart even a little, don't forget to subscribe to our channel, because stories like this remind us that even in the darkest moments, humanity still shines.